Now, I'm a feller with a heart of gold, with the ways of a gentleman, I've been told, the kind of a feller that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met, the guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now, it ain't 'cause that I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they hinder your health. I've smoked them all my life, and I ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same at a petting party or a poker game. Everything's gotta stop while they have that cigarette.
This is the Wizard News.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death.
Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette.
The $2 cigarette tax increase in Indiana went into effect on July 1st, 2025. The tax on cigarettes will go from nearly $1 a pack to around $3 a pack, a 200% increase. This was included in the state's 2025 budget, as Indiana was facing a projected $2.4 billion shortfall. This is the first time in nearly 20 years that the tax has been changed, as it will now generate $400 million a year. Tobacco-free Allen County says they hope this will decrease consumption of tobacco, as they say it has been proven that for every 10% increase in tax, it leads to a 4% decrease in people smoking and 7% decrease for kids. When we survey smokers, typically what you find is that about 75% of them say they want to quit. Nancey Cripe, Director and Coalition Coordinator at Tobacco Free Allen County, said, "They may not feel like they can, but they want to, and this just helps give them that extra push to quit." She advises seeking help when trying to quit, as the success rate is higher with help. Source: WANE, June 30th, 2025.
Now, in a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The kings and the queens, they just kept on coming around. Then I got a full and I bet it high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He just kept on a-raising and a-laying the money down. Now, he'd raise me and I'd raise him. I sweated blood, I got to sink or swim. He finally called and then didn't raise the bet. I said, "Ace is full, pal, how about you?" And he said, "Well, I'll tell you in just a minute or two, but right now I just gotta have a cigarette."
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death.
Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. The other night, I had a date with the cutest little girl in the 48 states, a hybrid uptown fancy little dame. Now, she said she loved me, and it seemed to me that things were just about like they ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice, and our smooching party was going real nice. So help me, Hannah, I think I'd have been there yet. But I give her a kiss and a little squeeze, and she said, "Tex, excuse me, please, but I just gotta have another cigarette."
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death.
Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette.
Bye.